Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special runs in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Brady looking downfield for Godwin. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up the throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. From the gun, it's Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know the fans are thinking right now, I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things that I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. On 1st and 10, Winston. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way,
touchdown, Falcons! Todd Gurley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
23-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be out right at the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Now a first down carry by Jones. On the stop there defensively, Tyler Davison. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Brady.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Following the interception, Winston. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley. That'll bring up second down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On second down, Winston again.
Again, he targets Ridley. This time it's complete.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Play fake. Winston. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski. Complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Second quarter now, Falcon football. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Again, it's Winston. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. But we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Jameis again. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. His second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Falcons 14, Buccaneers 0. Robbie Gould set to kick.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fielded in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On first down, Jones. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing now is Brady. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 20-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. A run with Jones on 1st down, not going to yield much. A yard tops. 2nd down coming up. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now this time, Brady will throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And the Bucs are going to have 1st and goal coming up as he's out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down. With a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Damian Harris, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Their own 17-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Winston. The left side completion to Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. shotgun with Gurley. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Winston quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Atlanta.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Levante David in on the tackle.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Winston. Over the middle here to Brown. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 38-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run. It's Gurley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 39-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On play action, Winston. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First down, Winston. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
This is caught. Gronkowski. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? Final play of the half here, Winston. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. The kick by Gold is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hit them deep.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw, Winston. On the crossing route, complete. It's Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Counter, Gurley. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
On 2nd and 12, Winston brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Winston. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
On 2nd and goal, Winston, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Falcons 24, Buccaneers 7. Robbie Gould set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa. To throw again, Brady.
That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
The 40-yard line.
Brady now on first down. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. Brady's throw there complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Allen brought him down. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll go again to Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. A gain of a yard.
They'll try and run for it with Jones.
Let's get that
And
swagger,
he's
y'all.
into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action. Winston. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On 2nd and 12, Brady airing this one out for Evans. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball, a little dangerous, could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. There goes a deep ball, end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
At the 22-yard line.
As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston, and he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working out of the gun, Winston. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Well, now this pass brought in by Brown. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 39, Winston. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. He's at the 30.
Bring it! Bring it!
And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
A second down throw for Winston. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll try and chew some clock with Gurley. A good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Winston now from the 50. Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
And 12.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Jameis to throw it. This one caught by Ridley. And he's got this down to the 35. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to the ground game here. Gurley's got the first down and then some.
They're not even trying to do anything.
Falcons. Todd Gurley with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
pass out past the 20 to the 24.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. And this one is incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Brady to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for Atlanta, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season